So in today's reading, Hebrews chapter 13, and thinking about what is said there, it just kind of got me thinking about our time that we're in right now with COVID-19, finding ourselves in self-isolation. And in the midst of all of this, I don't know how much you watch the news or you hear your parents talking about the news, but it changes rapidly. And what they say one week, it seems to change to the next week. And every time the information keeps changing of what we should do, what we shouldn't be doing, what we did wrong, what we did right, it just seems like we don't know. And this idea of not knowing, it's a pretty common thing. It's pretty common for us not to know what to do, or not knowing how to figure things out, not knowing how to fix a problem at times. This COVID-19 virus has impacted the entire world, and so many really, really smart scientists and doctors are trying to sort this out and find a cure, but it's going to take time if they're able to. So there's a lot of unknowns. So what do we have then in a world of a lot of unknowns? Well, I think Hebrews chapter 13 points to us in that direction. It gives us clarity. It gives us hope. It gives us a place to be anchored to in a world of a lot of unknowns. Here in chapter 13, in the last part of verse 5, it says this: I will never leave you nor forsake you, Jesus is telling us. Well, that's a promise for us. Here in the midst of a lot of unknowns, and a lot of the news and information is changing constantly, and still don't know what we're doing, don't know how to best go about in opening up the country again, we have a known thing. We have a place that is known. We have a source that is known. I will never leave you nor forsake you, Jesus says. That is a place we can be anchored in spite of everything else around us, where there is a bunch of unknowns, we have a place where we can go. Jesus is always with us. We have another one in chapter 13. It goes on to say, the Lord is my helper. I will not fear. What can man do to me? Here's another place for us to be anchored in. We may not know a lot of things, but what we do know is that God is our helper. Jesus is our helper. He has given us the Holy Spirit as a follower of Him. Now He resides in us. That is a place of being anchored. That is a place of hope. That is a place we can be settled in. And then we see in chapter 13 another place to be anchored in, and that's in verse 8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Like I said, this world might be changing. This time we're living in is fluid in terms of where we're going, where we're not going, how we're opening, how we're not opening, when will we get back to school, or when will we have church again, when will we have sports again, when can I even see my friends again? Don't know. The smartest people don't know. But what do we know? We know that Jesus is not changing. We know that God is not changing. That He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So that means no matter what's happening in your life, whether we're talking about 2020 and the coronavirus, or we're talking about you one day being age 30, age 40, age 60, age 70, we have God who we can be anchored to, who is not changing. He is our source that we can find our place in being anchored in. So, if you're feeling like so many people are feeling in the unknown, listen, look to God and His Word. And there we can find hope. There we can find joy. And there we can be anchored. There we can have peace in Him. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I'm going to post some questions for you to walk through this, help you think about it even more. And then I'm thinking this Monday, rather than me putting out another video on Monday, I thought maybe we'd do this live. And so Sunday I will send out a Zoom link. And Monday at 10 a.m. We will Zoom together. And then we're going to walk through our quiet time together. It'd be great if you read Monday's reading ahead of time. and then we can discuss it and talk through it on Zoom, maybe rather than trying these videos. So we'll try that on Monday, see how it goes. But I hope you'll show up. It'll get sent out in email. It'll be on Facebook. If you want to be a part of it and you are not connected to either one of those, then reach out to me. Have a great weekend. See ya.